The nation's most famous office has received a makeover, and the literal centerpiece to it has ties to West Michigan. The large beige rug in the center of the Oval Office was made in Grand Rapids and donated by Scott Group. It was part of a complete overhaul of the Oval Office that included new sofas, new chairs, and new wallpaper. Right now in studio, we're talking with the president of Scott Group, and I'll turn it over to my colleague now, Susan Shaw.
Brian, thank you. I'm joined right now by Mike Ruggieri of the Scott Group and also the designer of the rug, Mary Van Heften, right?
Right.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, what an honor it is to have this in the Oval Office. So you brought a sample, and this is exactly what you presented, right, to the designer.
Exactly.
Tell us a little more about it.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mike.
Well, we've done work with Michael Smith, who is the Los Angeles designer that was hired by President Obama to redo the Oval Office. And one of the first requisites was they wanted American-made products, so that certainly is our company. And because we've worked with Michael Smith in his office before, they know of the quality and the service we provide, and we began collaborating approximately 2 years ago.
Oh, 2 years? It's taken that long?
Well, there was lots of discussion. The project ebbed and flowed for a while until it really caught fire. And this is the sample that was produced, one of the final samples that was produced for the project.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about what went into this rug. What's it all about?
Well, we started out with a rendering from Michael Smith's office and based our sample upon that. We were able to pull colors that went along with the theme that he was looking for, a lot of natural wools that are undyed, and it just gives a really nice, subtle feel.
Now, how did they come to your company for this work? Have you done work before in Washington?
We have. We've done work previously in the Oval Office. We produced the rug that was installed during the Clinton administration, and then we've also produced the rugs that are currently in the State Dining Room.
Interesting, very interesting. So you've worked with this designer in the past. Tell us a little bit more about what the rug specifically has in it. Now, I understand there are some quotes.
There are 5 quotes, 4 from former presidents and 1 from Martin Luther King Jr. That surround the border of the rug. I think that aspect of it makes it very unique. It makes it very special.
So now, is this something that the president had included in what he wanted in this rug? So the designer worked specifically with him and he came up with the quotes? How did that work?
Yes.
Absolutely. No different than you would work with a designer in your own home. President Obama worked with Michael Smith, and
these specific quotes that were inspirational to him, and there's more of that we have online also with this story. It's very interesting to see how it all came together. I'm noticing that it's mostly tans and browns, and some of you mentioned some of the muted colors.
Right. Yeah. Very, very little bright coloration in this particular rug. We do have the subtle blues and some very subtle reds, but the majority of it is very neutral.
So everybody in the company, it's been a couple of years that you were working on this. How exciting is this as a group to be able to produce something like this for the Oval Office? What an honor.
Well, it's a phenomenal honor and certainly a privilege. And I think this story is so much about American manufacturing, American craftsmanship, and the fact that this is sort of the culmination of a project that shows that we as Americans make outstanding product, and there are 140 people at Scott Group Custom Carpets that made this happen, and we couldn't be more pleased, we couldn't be more proud of what we've done, and certainly it speaks to what we have here in West Michigan and really throughout America.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on this project. Thank you so much for joining us in studio today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Brian.